Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Take a look at the map where we are, because once more we find ourselves having to relocate to do more quests, because after we defeated the Shah of Hatred at the end of the last video, that was it. That was the end of that storyline. It didn't give us anywhere else to link onto. Townlong Steppes, not Shadowpan Monastery, Townlong Steppes tends to be very disjointed, but look at this dude. This dude's got some wicked abilities. He's got a, blizzard ability like me, but look at those orbs. Just absolutely pew-pewing me with little frost bolts, and I was taking some hefty damage. That was a great little incidental mob. Again, better than half the heroic bosses that I've managed to come across. And the whole video is going to be a wee bit disjointed, because we're going to find ourselves coming to a dead end here. And I'll have a little bit of a chat about that later on. But what am I doing at the minute? Well, I'm going around to these shamans and I'm killing them so I can nick their torches, which they're stood by. And they've got a nifty ability. They, hurt mediocre. It's not massive stuff. But they drop a little lightning totem by your feet. And if you don't move, then it'll zap you, do a bit of damage, but also stun you as well. So when it drops it, just move yourself slightly out of the way if it's not already dead, and it will harmlessly go off like a poof. But these shamans themselves, yeah, pretty easy to burn down. I must confess that I am finding life just that much easier as a frost mage as opposed to arcane mage. Seems to have way more control mechanics, CC mechanics, or just controlling people in general. And also, it's just not half as boring. My God, it made me realise how boring Arcane was. Oh, snooze fest. My God, you just need three spells and that was pretty much it. So Swamp Thing now wants us to go. Look at him. He looks a mess, doesn't he? He's got a spear stuck in him. But he wants us to go off and res a couple of friends of his. So looking around on the ground for some shimmering dirt pile on the floor. There we go. There's the first one. And this becomes a bit of a protection quest, because we've got to protect the ugly monster from these Yangol that are attacking to try and prevent the summoning from taking place. Look, he's quite looking for... Oh my God, besieged by beaver. My God, I'm just going to have to whack those beavers. There you go. And count to 10 next time. There we go. Little dude's up. So now let's go get the bigger dude. So there, we only used 2 of the 6 torches for that one. Look at that, we're using 4 for this one. Yeah, things are getting real. But it's a nice little area. I quite like the swamp, to be quite frank. It's a nice little change from what we've seen of the rolling fields and whatnot. Oh my God, being jumped on by beaver again. Down beaver. Naughty beaver. Oh, those beavers are just out of control. Reet. So Little and Large have been released. There we go. Oh, it's a little happy family, isn't it? Yeah. And it gives us 3 quests, and we're getting a little bit more generic here. At least 2 of them are generic. The third one is something I've not seen before. So we've got to go round picking flowers again. Oh, bane of my bloody wow life. And then we've also got to go round bashing some beavers. Don't look at me. I didn't make this quest up. So there we go. There's a beaver. Just going to give that a good smash. And this is a Basilisk Brain quest, or an RNG quest if you want to be, like that. We've got to find blood on them. They don't always drop it. So I end up killing probably about 7 or 8 beavers to get the 4 bits of blood. Yeah, something like that. And then the third quest, which, like I said, I've never seen anything like this before. It's relatively interesting. These steam geysers that seem to be popping up here and there, and they move as well as just pop up. I need to go through them and get their vapours, collect their mists, so to speak. So look at that, there you go. So you got to run into them, there you go. Yeah, it's quite cool, isn't it? Yeah. Feels like my little undead guy's getting a shower. He must stink. How many times have you ever taken a shower in World of Warcraft, huh? Never, exactly. All our characters must just stink to high heaven. That's probably why we're not thought of more. Yeah, you're the hero of the Horde or the hero of the Alliance, but yeah, just stay 10 yards away from us, because you reek. Right, so those 3 quests are taken care of, and we've got to now take care, finally, on the boss of this little area. And this is where we kind of have a little bit of an opportunity for me to whinge. Yeah, the boss guy, bugged. And this is not just 1 or 2 quests that are bugged. We've got less than a month now, but less than a month to the launch of this expansion, and there are literally, I mean literally, a massive amount of quests which are just bugged. Complete and utterly bugged at the minute. So there's nothing I could do here, and I had to move on to try and find another area to quest in. So looked on the map, and there you go. You can spot where I am. Now, the people that have been watching my leveling up videos, the previous one, it's literally just west of the quest hub from there. But this is the Shadowpan's Quartermaster. Ooh, look at some of the goodies he's got. And the mounts, those tiger mounts that you've seen the Shadowpan ride on when I've been moving to different zones with them. You can actually get them. You have to be exalted with the Shadowpan before you can do that. But yeah, they are going to be rideable by you. Come in 3 different flavours, like my Golden Crane from the Golden Lotus. So what have they given us? Well, it's gone a little bit generic again, but, and there is always a big but. Hey, big but. Yeah, such a kid. With the Shadowpan. The Shadowpan tend to bring things down, but they then tend to bring it back up again. There's great balance. Sure, there's some kind of Confucius thing to be said about that. But there is great balance with the Shadowpan themselves. Their questing has been very, very good indeed. So when they do give me something relatively boring like this, which is go around, kill, collect, pick up some flowers again. Oh my god, WoW's biggest flaming flower presser. They tend to then follow up with something a lot more interesting, and this is going to be no exception, but you're going to probably see the most of the interesting stuff in the next video. And I just want to answer a couple of people again that have been messaging me. I got messaged on Twitter from some guy, Craig, I think it is Craig, and while I'm on the call out, I've got to say, Cameron Rule 1000, there you go, there's your call out, fella. He's been asking for a while, bless his little heart. So hopefully that'll make his day. But yeah, some guy asked me on Twitter, he said, when you get to level 89, can you go from 89 to 90 in real time as opposed to sped up? Now, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do that, and it's more a practical thing, because not only would I have to film it all in real time, which obviously takes a lot of filming, believe me, because all my videos are HD, but then I have to do voiceover for X amount of time as well, and you'll just get too problematic. And then, of course, we have to upload it, and it takes like 5 hours to upload an 8-minute video anyway, because I've only got a very low upload speed, I'm afraid. I know, I can't help it. But yeah, so sorry, it's going to have to be sped up, and it also gives me opportunity to do more vids. But since he messaged me on Twitter, guys, follow me on Twitter. The more people that follow me on Twitter, the more we can get involved with each other. You can ask me things. I could actually be recording when you're tweeting or twatting me or twatting. Okay, maybe not the last one. Me, but yeah, we can keep in touch and throw suggestions my way as well. So we've got to a slightly more interesting part to the lots of flowers, to the quest that the Shadowpan gave us. I'm now in a tiny little village, and if we kill these guys, we have this stealthed monk, or stealth monk. Yeah, well done, Az. Stealth rogue who's with us, and when we kill them, he searches the bodies for clues. So this is a kill quest that's sort of been merged, you know, into an RNG quest that's got a nice little twist to it. So that was pretty funky. It makes sense. You know, not every one of them would have a clue. We've also got to blow up a couple of parts of this village. I just did one of the blowing up things a little bit earlier, and there you can see slightly to my left, or in front of me now, that cabbage patch also wants me to blow that up as well. So I'm going to drop some explosives on here. Boom. Hey, nice explosion. And I think I'm pretty much done with those dudes as well. So we're going to end the video with me just polishing off these last few mobs here to get the last bits and baps. So yeah, it has been a very kind of disjointed video, and that seems to be a common theme with the questing, that there tends to be just too many points where you come to an abrupt dead end. Again, I will stress, this game is not like the Elder Scrolls, you know? It's not one of those games where it genuinely is fun to go around exploring and trying to find new quests, because the quests themselves are so mind-numbingly boring the vast majority of the times. It's almost insulting to be asked to go out and find them, to then be bored out of our wits. So, you know, there is time for them to do interlinking quests. When I finished the Shower of Hatred in the end of the last video, there should have been a link taking us from there down to this quest hub here. There shouldn't have been any reason why not. It seems very, very logical as well. But fortunately, tomorrow's video will add some of that structure back in as we go over to Nizhao Temple. And there's some tough quests there to do, so it's all going to be pretty interesting. So I'm virtually done here. I don't know what those guys were doing over there, but it seems like it could be pretty funky, and it'll be interesting to see that later on. But I hope you've enjoyed this vid. Please do like, and genuinely if you like, comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at @HeelVersusBabyface, and I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.